Hey, good morning and welcome to Vacancy again. I've been away for a while and I heard that he held it down. And from what I heard, the discussions last week were about strikes and effectiveness. I think that it's the only tool that workers have now to to cause change or
I'm not.
effect change.
I'm not sure. Like we agreed last week, it's not working. No.
Strikes are not working
It's not
anymore.
working. Strikes are not working.
All right. So welcome in a good morning
Good
again.
morning.
So
Good morning.
good
Good
morning,
to have you
everyone.
back.
Thank you so much. Today we're going on a topic that is sore in the labor market, and it is a casualization of our labor force. But particularly, we're taking the case of the NYSC. Uh, the NYSC has come to stay, but there are issues that need to be addressed. A lot of you will not see it as that, but truly it is casual work. It's because from the deployment to when they pass out, for that whole year, they are like casual because they're not permanent staff. Okay, so how do they get deployed? How do they deal with displacement? Because some people might get, you may have grown up and schooled in Sokoto, and then you get posted to Uyo, and you have to now relocate, and
Yes.
then
And so many issues that come with that.
yes, there's the issue of welfare, accommodation, transportation, remuneration, and absorption. Because when some people serve in a particular place after their youth service year, their service year, you then either absorb them if they did
If
well,
yeah.
or if you feel like there's a vacancy that they can take up. Okay, then health packages as well. Most times, what the people studied is different from where they get deployed to.
Definitely.
I've seen she later got changed in Ugeli. She's a medical doctor and got posted to a secondary school.
Oh wow.
And she was now teaching biology, chemistry, health, and the rest of them.
A medical doctor or a technician?
Medical doctor, not technician, no, medical doctor. And then I think she then now protested, and then she was now redeployed to the hospital. To a hospital. Then you get people who read geography, who get posted to banks, and then people who read banking and finance who get posted to schools to teach. So it's about square pegs in round holes. And then the quality of coppers lately has been recorded has dropped. People do not get good value for most of the years. And then there are certain universities that people now want to get coppers from. The other thing is, because of strikes, the academic calendar has been juggled up. So you don't get the numbers at the time that you're supposed to get them. So if you were supposed to get like 4,000 coppers, because of strikes, they don't sit for exams, so they don't qualify for first batch, and then they meet second batch. Then after service, how many of them get absorbed? After service, how many of them get absorbed? Those are the things that we'll be talking about this morning. We'll be taking your phone calls, and the phone number will be listed on the screen. And you can... Okay, we already have a call coming in. Hello? This call is from Maiduguri. Hello? Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well.
Are you Alibaba?
Sometimes. Sometimes I'm Alibaba.
Okay.
All right.
I saw a vacancy job. That's what to confirm. I have to know how to get the vacancy.
Okay. All right. Today we're discussing vacancies. What kind of job are you looking for?
I'm an accountant.
Okay. As an accountant, are you chartered?
I'm a PGD.
Okay, so you're not chartered yet.
I'm not chartered yet. I'm a PGD accounting.
Okay. And you are in Maiduguri?
Yeah.
Okay. What areas of employment are you seeking? What areas do you want to work in?
I want to work with limited.
UNICEF. Okay, so international agencies. Okay.
So what have you?
Okay. Okay. What value proposition are you bringing to the table? What would UNICEF need you for? What do you think you can provide for UNICEF?
So do you understand how the UN system works? Do you understand how it works?
Okay.
All
right. So let's get back. Thank you so much for calling from Maiduguri. We're talking about casual labor, and we're using the NYSC as our case study. And when we come back from this break, we'll be dealing with this issue properly. You're welcome. All right, welcome back. So we are talking about the youth corpers in the casual labor market of Nigeria. And so first, let's talk about deployment. When they post someone from Sokoto to Ugeli, how are they supposed to manage?
I think that generally, if we want to look at this issue, it's also to look at the system of the NYSC itself from the beginning. So over the years, nothing has changed. So whether you like it or not, when you are doing such postings, which is the mind behind the NYSC in the first place.
And the mind, the mind is?
And the mind is that, you know, if you school in Sokoto, for example, you should be able to experience the whole of Nigeria, a change of culture, somewhere else that you didn't grow up in, and also learn something differently. So I think also the whole idea of posting you a little bit out of your comfort zone, if you will. So both from where you grew up from and from what you learned.
To give you the different experience.
So to give you a different experience. But where you post somebody from Sokoto to Ugeli, for example, and the issue of accommodation is not thought of. The issue of the fact that this person is living, he might not know anybody in Ugeli.
They said we'll have a Nigeria Hisa from Kaduna.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, how are you? Okay. We're discussing the youth service as part of the casual labor force.
Hello?
I think we'll move on. We'll move on. Thank you. Okay, so you were saying?
So it becomes a problem where issues of accommodation is not taken into consideration.
Sure.
So, and I think that this is a whole part of the system of the NYSC, because, I mean, we've had cases of where interns or even master degree students come from the US, for example, to organizations even in Africa or in Nigeria. And some of these conversations are had even before they leave where they're going. But I don't think that that's something that we're taking note of. So it becomes a problem, which is why most of them turn down where they have originally deployed to. And they want to, so if you schooled in Lagos, most people want to remain in Lagos or go to Abuja where they have somebody, or at least they are offered accommodation in the first place. So I think that's a major issue with the deployment, that, you know, first of all, people, and sometimes, I mean, we're talking offline about somebody who is a medical doctor and then was deployed to a school and she was teaching biology. So how is she supposed to gain practical experience? Who did that deployment? Why is the system in such a way?
That there are lawyers that have been posted to teach in schools.
Which is not a bad idea, because, of course, we have to show up the deficit in the teaching profession. But the truth of the matter is there are some clear-cut, I don't know, a lawyer will go and teach English language or literature in English. But how does that help him? Because the whole idea of the NYSC
is to improve their value proposition. Hello, we have a caller from Badagry. Hello?
Bariga.
Bariga. Okay, yeah, go ahead, sir.
I'm talking about my daughter. As far as from the University of Ilorin, more than 7 years now. I got the offer for her.
Where did she serve?
My daughter, she passed out at Ilorin.
Okay, what course did she read?
Political science.
Okay, political science.
Yes.
Okay, and then where did she serve?
She's living with her husband.
No, but what did she serve? Where did she serve? When she did her youth service, where did she serve?
She stayed at Lagos.
Okay. All right. So what she will do? Let her send her CV to Vacancy with Alibaba at gmail.com. Okay, she served in Ilorin. Okay, so let her send her CVs to Vacancy with Alibaba. Vacancy with Alibaba at gmail.com.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Most times, thank you. Most times, it's expected that when people serve, within that time, they can get employed.
And the truth of the matter is NYSC is supposed to prepare you for employment.
Okay.
So it is something that we find a lot of organizations doing after they have gotten NYSC graduates into their organization. They do what we call skill enhancement trainings or employability training. Because most of the whole idea behind the NYSC is not yet fulfilled, which is to prepare you for employment. So the problem, so take for example the caller that just called in about his daughter. She's schooled in Ilorin, she served in Ilorin. Now she's relocated to Lagos. She has a problem with having to get employment because the dynamics of Lagos
is different from Ilorin.
It's totally different from Ilorin, which she would have learned if she had gone out of that comfort zone. So I think that, you know, the problem really is about what exactly is the NYSC supposed to achieve?
But she's been out of work. She's not gotten work
for 7 years.
For 7 years.
So from NYSC, what was she doing? So NYSC is supposed to prepare you. You even begin to look out. What is your value proposition? If an organization takes you, let's even assume the organization has no need for extra hands after your NYSC.
Hello. Yeah, we have Lucas. Hello. Hello. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Newman.
Okay. So, have you taken part in the National Youth Service National Youth Service?
We've lost that caller.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the program, the National Youth Service program, had its good and its bad times as well. Some of the coppers have been exposed to danger. Now, this electoral process that is on, some of them are being used.
I think most of them are.
So beyond the primary assignment where they get to teach or work, they get a secondary assignment that then maybe they now volunteer to work with. How is their safety guaranteed?
I think it's a big issue because I think I read somewhere recently about the electoral office also talking about trying to encourage the coppers not to be bought, not to sell their consciences when they are at the polling station. My question is are there trainings done to these coppers before they are deployed or used for the electoral during the elections, electoral process, or as polling officers or things like that? Are they trained? If yes, what is the remuneration? And if they're remunerated, what is the plan to integrate most of them into the system? Because it is obvious that the electoral office doesn't have as many electoral officers as it's required to handle the election.
Blessing is calling from Benin. Hello, Blessing.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Blessing. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay.
I'm fine, sir.
Okay.
I'm calling from Benin.
Okay, Blessing. Thank you. Are you a youth copper?
I finished service in 2011.
2011. Okay.
Yes.
What was your discipline?
Health education.
Health education.
Yes.
Okay.
Where did you serve?
Okay. Where did you serve?
Huh?
You what?
Katsina.
Katsina. Yes. What was the experience as a youth copper in Katsina?
I was sent to school, I taught.
Oh, okay. So what subjects did you teach?
I taught biology.
Okay, so it was only one subject you taught.
Yes, only one subject.
Okay. You didn't want to remain in the school?
I want to remain in the school. I'm not free job since then. I want to go for the teaching.
Oh, okay.
So why didn't they keep you there?
So why didn't they keep you? Because the Katsina doesn't have as much teachers.
I was married, so I don't want to work there.
Oh, okay. So marriage can also determine whether you. All right. Okay. Okay. All right then. So you had the email vacancy with Alibaba. So send your CV to vacancywithalibaba@gmail.com. Okay. With Alibaba.
Okay, vacancy with Alibaba. .gmail.com.
No, at gmail.com.
Thank you. Okay.
Vacancy with Alibaba at gmail.com. That's the email. You can shoot us a CV, and we would pass that on.
I think one of the issues she raised is also another issue when we talk about deployment
marital
status. So again, it's also these are the issues we talk about, feminization of poverty. Because for me, that's what it just says to me, that immediately you are married. There's this joke that was going around on social media about a nurse who is working with a multinational and earning 850,000 naira, and her husband, she's in worry, where
she's in Escavos.
And then the husband is in Lagos earning 150, and then the husband says she should resign and come back to Lagos. I mean, but why? Because she's married. Why can't the man resign? He's earning 150 and go.
Okay, but for couples,
it's also an issue. Because most of them will not want to, which is the issue of deployment.
But the couple supposed to be married at that time. Because the thing is that the age of exemption is 35, right?
I agree. They cannot be exempted. Yeah. So, but is there anything that stops you from being married to go to school? That's not the point. Yeah. The point is that you are married. I think that the whole idea behind the NYSC itself needs to be revisited.
Okay. We'll have a caller from Enugu. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Are you a graduate?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you serve?
I served in Anambra State.
Where did you school?
You went to UNN. So that was just next door now. Were you lucky or you worked your? Were you lucky or you worked your deployment? Were you lucky or you worked your deployment?
No, federal government granted us the deployment on security grounds, so I didn't work it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so were you posted to Maiduguri before?
To Borno State.
And you didn't want to go and serve your country in Borno?
Well, I did, but they gave us option. So
and you took it. Okay. So what did you study?
I studied English education.
Okay. So when you served, what were the values that you added to the school?
So much. I have to put them through I taught SS3.
Okay.
So organized extra classes for them, and many of them did well.
What did you think was the problem in SS3? Was it language or?
Language, especially English language. So it's horrible. It was like starting from the scratch, but then.
At SS3?
At SS3 is not supposed to have that challenge.
Yes.
But they did, because they didn't have adequate knowledge of what they were supposed to have been taught earlier.
Wow. Okay, so there was no foundation for you to build on, as it were.
Sir?
So there was no foundation to build on, as it were.
There was finally, but not as expected.
Okay. But okay, so let me ask you, what were the problems you encountered as a copper? Did they give you accommodation?
The accommodation was horrible, like 6 people in one little room. So I had to find my accommodation.
So accommodation is a big issue.
And the money was not there. It wasn't enough. I had to transport myself to school every day. I spent over 200 naira.
Were you not being? How much was your?
How much were you earning as a copper?
The federal government paid us 19,008.
Okay, and then your primary assignment gave you.
They paid us 8,000. Anambra State paid 8,000.
8,000. That's 27,000. 27,000. Okay, that's more than minimum wage because. Okay, your transportation at the end of the. Okay, but your transportation to school would have cost you like 6,000 every month.
Yeah, more than that.
Okay.
Every day was 200 or even more.
So what does she think about the NYSC?
Yeah, every day was 200. That means that 1 week is
it's about 60.
4K. No, 5. 2 times 5, 10. So 1,000, 2,000. Okay, 8,000 naira.
About it.
Okay. All right. What about welfare?
Welfare? say. They're there to do your job.
No health care.
Okay, no.
Your PDS to go every week.
In his asking, okay, yeah. So you had 1 day out now. So you had 1 day out from the this is so. So you have 4 days. So you had 4 days that you were working. Really, that's 800 naira.
Yes, to CTA, yes. But when you go to CDS, you have to pay to transfer to 7 years CDS.
Okay.
The whole thing is, it really took much, but it serves the country, to our country, so I didn't really complain.
Okay.
Just
So
like
did they retain? Did they retain you?
They didn't retain me. I'm yet to get a job.
Did they want to and you didn't want teaching?
Is it that you didn't want teaching or they didn't retain you?
It's a whole lot of you know, there are so many things to it. You needed to know someone who knows someone in the government. It's a community school, so it's not like you just walk up to the director and get retained. It's a whole lot of process. I wasn't retained.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I remember that the email is vacancy with Alibaba at gmail.com. You can shoot us your CV and we'll pass it on. Thank you so much. All right. So coppers are complaining about accommodation, especially accommodation and transportation.
Accommodation is really an issue because, again, it goes back to the heart of NYSC, which is deployment. So, which makes a lot of people to say, I'm not going to go to my primary, the very first assignment I'm giving to. I don't know anybody there. Where am I going to start from? The place they are assigning me to, they are not giving me accommodation. So I'd rather go back to where I schooled or where I have family and be able to say, and that's why a lot of people walk it. So they want to walk it to Lagos or Abuja or where they have family. So it's still a big issue.
But you see, this is something. I served in Abuja. My primary assignment was to the Abuja Council for Arts and Culture. My secondary assignment was to NTA, Abuja. And I had a tertiary assignment to the presidential villa. Yes, so to the presidential villa. Three assignments. The primary assignment, they were giving us 2K as allowance. Thanks to Alhaji Kazari, who was the director of Abuja Council for Arts and Culture. NTA, we got some
good money.
No, NTA, it is when you cover okay, brown envelopes. Okay, so brown envelopes.
Okay.
But the villa, you know, the villa was
the real deal.
Was the IBB time, so it was a very good time to serve.
So you had the privilege that a lot of coppers don't have.
No, but everybody has opportunity, just different.
No, what opportunity? So most people are posted to Bakinzuo village.
So you look for the Aso Rock there and serve. Because NTA is everywhere.
Again, like I still come back to the issue that a lot of things are wrong. So the whole idea of the NYSC, so we still need to go through the whole system. We need to do the reorientation for coppers, for example. So it's not just beyond just serving your country to say, what can I benefit? What are the things that I can give and what are the things I can benefit during my youth service? Because most of them are not looking for those opportunities. They just want to, some of them are there from Monday till Thursday. By Friday, they are out of that place.
But that's not just it. I have a friend who said there are some coppers that were posted to him. He requested for coppers, an architectural firm. When they came, that the people can't design one thing.
But I've also told you that I stopped taking coppers because when they come, it's like having to retrain is okay. I'm saying this very openly. Retrain is okay. It's like you're having to take a secondary school child and then start teaching all over again. So even in drafting a letter, just a simple letter, is an issue. And for a business, I'm not a not-for-profit. For a profit business, I do not have the time. So I rather now take
people who have skills,
who have even gone through the NYSC and now maybe apply to a management firm like any of those firms who churn out interns. So those ones take them through the employability skill training, skill enhancement training, and then they now present them as interns. And then we take them as management interns. And most of them have been very good.
Now I understand why poaching is very strong.
You know what?
All right, so today we'll be talking about casual labor in the Nigerian labor market, using the NYSC as a case study. Do you think that the value of the program is being achieved? What are the issues that these coppers are going through? Why do they not get assimilated into the job service? To our crew that have been working with us, thank you so much. To the cameraman and the director, producers, thank you so much. Any final words?
Thank you so much, and we hope that you can send your CVs. Again, follow us on all our social media handles: Vacancy with Alibaba on Twitter, Vacancy with Alibaba on Instagram, and the email again is vacancywithalibaba@gmail.com. So send the CVs forward, and we will pass them on as we see them fit.
And finally, we may just have missed that point, but if SS3 students are having problems with education, then it means that their understanding and comprehension of whatever they're taught will be suspect. And we need to begin to tackle this so that the quality of people who post as youth corpers can improve.